thanks for joining me. This summer has been full of lots of travel all around Turkey for my husband and I as we were on the hunt to explore some housing options. However, when we were home, that is our temporary home, we still found some activities to keep us busy, so I thought I'd share a bit of what the end of summer has looked like for us. Recently, my husband's friend from college and his wife were in Istanbul, so we met up one day to catch up and have a little look around. I still feel like a tourist in Istanbul, so I enjoy any opportunity I get to see more of the city. We enjoyed a full Turkish breakfast with our friends, as well as views of the Bosphorus that were just across the road. But even better than the view and the breakfast was the great company that we got to share it with. Following breakfast, we crossed over the bridge to the Anatolian side and visited one of my favorite neighborhoods here called Kuzguncuk, and I just love this neighborhood. I think the houses here are so cute with their bay windows and colorful exteriors, and it's really nice and quiet in this area, but it also has just the right amount of people to make it feel lived in. And then after walking up and down the streets, we stopped to have a little bit more tea, some gazes, and of course, a few treats. Our friends had a full itinerary, so we didn't get the whole day with them, but after dropping them off at their hotel, we decided to check out a car dealership that was nearby. And one of the biggest frustrations that we've had since arriving in Turkey is not being able to get a car yet. We've gone to many dealerships, and my husband's had his name on waiting lists since we got here, but there just isn't the inventory of new vehicles in Turkey. So we're hoping that this issue is corrected soon because it does hinder our moving plans when we don't have a car. Unfortunately, this dealership didn't have any inventory either besides some very snazzy camper vans. And while these do look fun, it's not exactly what we're after, so we'll wait once more. Another interesting activity we were able to see this summer was a little horse race nearby. And at first I was a bit confused because while they were racing around the track, you could tell that they weren't really going at full speed. It just seemed like they could be moving faster than that. And it turns out that they actually had a race while demonstrating a certain type of footwork. I didn't really know that this was a thing, but after that I certainly paid more attention to their legs when I was watching. And of course, it was fun just to see the pretty horses and to be able to pet a few. I've tried many locantas now in Turkey, especially during our travels, but on this day, my husband and I checked out one that was a little bit closer to us that we hadn't been to before. The food was great, as it almost always is at locantas, and of course, there was a little cat nearby just waiting for a treat, as there always is in Turkey. While my in laws have been away at their family home in the village, my husband and brother in law have taken it upon themselves to have a custom wardrobe installed in one of their spare rooms. Walk in closets, like we're used to in the United States, are a rarity here in Turkey, especially in older homes. So instead, a lot of people opt for these larger wardrobes to give them the extra storage. Now, if I had the choice, I think I would probably go with a walk-in closet just because it does take up less wall space in a room. But nonetheless, this will be great for them to have the additional storage since they really did need it. There are a few minor things the carpenter needs to come back and finish on the wardrobe, but I went ahead and cleaned out the whole thing so it was nice and ready to be filled. One of the downsides of living in a temporary home is not having a full kitchen. Luckily, my in-laws live just nearby and I can use theirs whenever I want since we only have a stovetop at our place. I found a recipe for pizza dough that I've made a few times now, and it turned out really great, so my husband's been requesting that I make it every single week. The crust turns out quite thick and fluffy, but the bottom and the edges are perfectly crisp. I even added a little olive oil mixed with salt, and I brushed that along the edges to give it just a little bit extra flavor. This pizza is my own making, and this time was cheeseless since I didn't have any on hand, but it still turned out really good if I do say so myself. I hope you enjoyed this little video with some snippets of life lately. I have more fun from Turkey to bring you soon, and if you'd like to see more from my perspective as an American living in Turkey, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel and giving this video a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, thanks!